What's good? Welcome into the Bengals Breakdown. I'm Abby Alonzo. It was a long weekend with the NFL draft. We got you those UDFA signing, that video yesterday, and now we're back with Mel Kiper's draft grades for the NFL draft, and he gave the Cincinnati Bengals a B+. Now, I gave them an A-. I like this draft. I think it was a very good decisions were made throughout the draft for the Bengals. Mel Kiper, though, I wouldn't take this too seriously or as a knock or anything because he quite literally gave almost the entire league some sort of B, whether it was a B-, a B, or a B+. Almost all 32 teams got a B of some sort. So take that information and do with it what you will. But knowing this, the Bengals went into this draft needing. These were their biggest positions of attention. We'll say it like that. A running back, a corner, a safety, a tight end, and a guard. They addressed most of those, but they did not go out and get a tight end. They did sign a guard and a couple other guys in the UDFA signings, but they neglected that tight end spot in the draft, which has a lot of people questioning and kind of on two sides of the fence here, whether they should have gone and got a tight end or they did the right thing kind of not doing that. We'll get to more in a moment on why Mel Kiper gave the Bengals a B+. But before we do, y'all, we grew so much over the weekend, which is great for the future of this channel and for the content that you guys get, because the bigger the channel gets, the more content, the more videos that y'all will have access to. Last week, we had 2,235 subscribers, and this week, I think we're up 500, maybe 400. Either way, appreciate y'all for subscribing. Shout out to the new people who joined the channel over the weekend. We will not disappoint. You will be entertained. But in order to stay entertained, make sure you hit that select all, turn on your noties so that you know when we do come out with breaking news or give you some draft analysis. Speaking of draft analysis, Mel Kiper, let's break it down. He said, I was a little surprised by the Bengals' choice to take edge rusher Myles Murphy in round one. If only because there were solid tight ends, safeties, and cornerbacks available. Credit to them for not reaching for a direct need, though, as a team can never have too many pass rushers. Murphy likely will slot in as a rotational player behind Trey Hendrickson and Sam Hubbard as a rookie, but Murphy is going to make an impact. I like his chances to be a starter in 2024 and beyond. A little bit more on Myles Murphy. Tom Downey, our lead analyst here, had him ranked as the fourth best edge in the draft. He's got a great combination of size, speed, and strength. He tested like a freak athlete and presents a lot of upside, but he does need some improvement when it comes to his technique. I think this was a move that, like Mel Kiper said, didn't necessarily address any dire need, but this was a guy that was too good to pass up at 28th in the first round. I think that's exactly why you go out and get a guy like Myles Murphy, because he can completely revamp and help this defense out in the future. Maybe not immediately. You're kind of covered with Trey Hendrickson and Sam Hubbard. They've got it handled, but this is a guy that could add to this roster. Did you like the Myles Murphy move? I know some people were really confused on why they didn't go out and grab a guy like Sam Laporta or Michael Mayer, who was still on the board on day two. I don't know. I think, again, this was a move that they felt they had to make because Myles Murphy was still there. If you liked it, type L in the comment section for liked. If you hated it and thought Michael Mayer should be a Bengal, type H for hated down in the comment section. Again, I do read the comments. I've proven that to you guys by responding. If you want to elaborate and go off on a tangent, feel free. I do read them. Moving on, day two, Mel Kiper felt this way about the Bengals day two. Cincinnati filled needs on day two. You're going to hear about the speed of Michigan cornerback DJ Turner, who went at 60th. He ran a 4.27 6-second 40-yard dash at the combine. Wow. But he had good tape last season, too. He isn't just a burner. And now he'll get to play with former college teammate Dax Hill in this secondary. Safety Jordan Battle, who went at 95th overall, is extremely versatile. He started 3 years for Nick Saban's defense, so you know he's been well coached. We'll break down Turner, and then we'll break down Battle just a little bit more on their scouting reports here. Turner, fantastic athlete with flashes of stickiness and lots of press background. Fluidity, burst, and movement skills are all there. He'll struggle a little bit more against bigger receivers just due to that lack of length. But again, this guy is fast. He is absolutely going to level up this secondary that was in okay shape last season, lost a lot of guys, but I think this is a level up for the Bengals. And then moving on to Jordan Battle here, his scouting report, he's got lots of experience with over 3,000 career snaps at Bama. He's got great instincts, and he's rarely out of position, but he lacks the top range you want in a free safety with average athletic traits. He's a good player. Jordan Battle was a big name going into this draft. Again, I think he paired with Turner you're going to really like the secondary this season, I think. And then day 3, Mel Kiper's analysis. Wide receiver Charlie Jones and running back Chase Brown were nice values on my board. Joe Mixon had a down 2022 season, and I could see Brown getting some carries as a rookie. Andrei Iosivas is a raw wide out from the Ivy League with sprinter speed and a 6'3" frame. This is a dart throw, but it's the kind of round 7 pick I can get behind. Let's break down these 3 guys. Day 3 picks here. Charlie Jones first. He's built like a slot receiver, but has more experience playing on the outside. Good athletic ability matched with great production in 2022, but he didn't always play up to his time speed. This move was, okay, guys, we might be parting ways with Tyler Boyd. We should probably grab a receiver in the draft or 2 and sign a bunch of UDFA receivers to see who can step up and kind of fill in that receiver need once Boyd is no longer a Bengal. Again, they're gonna have to pay Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, maybe Joe Mixon. Don't really know where that stands right now. They're going to have to pay a lot of guys. They can't pay all of them. It looks like Tyler Boyd will probably be on his way out. This may be his last season with the Bengals. They needed to look towards the future and grabbed Charlie Jones to do that. Same kind of deal here with running back Chase Brown, okay? This is a good pickup, kind of a little bit of a sleeper running back, right? You had the big flashy names go at the beginning with Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs, and there was a lot of talk about we want both of them in Cincinnati or one of them in Cincinnati, but that was very unlikely unless the Bengals traded up. I think they got a sleeper running back here. He's a workhorse who averaged 27.3 carries per game this past season. He shows solid speed and explosion, and he tested like an elite athlete. He is lacking physicality along with the top-end gear, but this is a guy that will come in and may take a few snaps in his rookie season behind Joe Mixon. We'll learn a little bit from Joe Mixon and hopefully add another level to this offense with the rest of the elite guys that already exist on the Bengals roster. And then another receiver, right? Andrei Iosivas, scouting report on him. He was a 2-sport athlete with All-American track background at Princeton, meaning this man is fast. Not only is he fast, he's big and he's smart. He went to Princeton. Come on. He's got great speed and contested catch ability for being a receiver that's, 6'3". He's very fast, big body, good guy. Still a project when it comes to route running and the jump in competition. He's a late round pick, another receiver that you're probably just adding a little bit more depth to. This is the kind of guy that you want to develop, right? He's still a project, got some things to work on, but the traits are all there. This is a guy that you may see develop later on. This wasn't a receiver that'll come in and immediately make an impact. This is a little bit of a project, but could turn out to be a very good addition to this offense later down the line. We'll just go over the Bengals draft picks one more time before I ask you guys what you think about the entire draft class. Remember, Myles Murphy in round 1, DJ Turner and Jordan Battle on day 2, receiver Charlie Jones from Purdue, and then you went to Chase Brown, running back from from Illinois, Andrei Iosivas, and then just to top it off, Brad Robbins, punter out of Michigan, who was actually at Michigan for about 6 years. And then DJ Ivey, they added another corner to kind of really, really bolster and add depth to that secondary. It is in much better shape than it was going into the draft. So props to the Bengals for really knocking out their needs. Grade the Bengals draft class. What do you think about overall all 8 picks? They had a good number of picks. Remember, they got another one whenever they traded with the Chiefs on day 2, I believe it was. Day 2. Let me know what you think. A, B, C, D, or F for the Bengals draft class. Feel free to elaborate. If you hated it, give them an F. If you loved it, give them an A. I gave them an A- just solely because they did not even acknowledge the tight end position, which I know had a lot of people riled up. Before we continue on and round out the show, guys, there's Bengals official 2023 NFL draft hats on the Fanatics site at chatsports.com/Bengals draft hats. They've got the flat bills. They've got the curve bills. You've heard me say it before. I'll say it again. I am a fan of a man in a baseball cap. Go get you some gear. They're really cool. I like them better than last year's. Head to chatsports.com/Bengals draft hats. And we will round out this show with Mel Kiper's final thoughts on the Bengals draft. The Bengals did a solid job filling their needs, though I'm not going to give them an A because they didn't take a tight end in one of the deepest tight end classes over the past 20 years. That's a miss. Overall, if Murphy develops into an every down player, we could be looking at an A class in a few years. I think he and I are on the same page here. I think when you have such a deep draft class full of tight ends like that, you got to at least look at them, especially when you've got guys still on the board like Michael Mayer, Sam Laporta, guys that we've talked about. You might have missed. You might have wanted to grab a tight end like that. I know they have a lot of faith in Irv Smith, hopefully to be tight end 1 and to stay healthy this year, but you're taking a risk there. Anyway, A- from me, B from Mel, B+, B from Mel. Let me know what you guys think. Should the Bengals have drafted a tight end? I think it would have been worth looking into just for future moves. They did a lot to the offense. They made a lot of good moves for the offense, but I think they should have at least looked at a tight end earlier. Type Y for yes, they should have drafted a tight end. Type N for no, they did their job. They did a great job. We don't need a tight end. I believe in Irv Smith. As always, appreciate y'all for watching. We will see y'all soon, and we will have more content throughout the week because the draft is over, but we're not done. See y'all soon. As always, appreciate y'all for watching.